Okay, so I have some cards to send into KSA. This is Monday after Father's Day. I'm gonna drop these cards off this morning. I'm probably less than half an hour drive from them, so that's convenient. I really don't love shipping cards and then having them shipped back, so this is convenient for me. People have debates about grading companies all the time, but for me, this is more of just PC stuff, and I'm not overly worried about the value. I will say, based on recent um, gradings that I've done through KSA, such as a card like this. This is Ontario branch, by the way, and I find that the grading is fairly strict. I mean, this is a canvas, and yet everybody knows canvases grade extremely well. I can't see anything obvious. Maybe there's a little bit of an edge. I don't know. But this is a 9. So the grading I find is fair and accurate right now. So with that being said, we're going to go through some of these cards and show you what I'm going to do. So this Hulk Hogan 1987, I'm going to send it in. I'll say what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for an 8 or better on this. I'm not going to get too crazy about it. I got this Guy Lafleur autograph. It's a 2004-5 in the game. I think it would be cool just to have it slabbed. Be cool to get a 9. I mean, all these modern cards, you're kind of hoping for a 9. A Crosby 04-05 in the game card. It's like a pre-rookie card, I guess. Looks fine. I mean, at least a 9 would be great. Doug Gilmour rookie card. I think this could be anywhere from a 7 to an 8 to an 8. I'm noticing it's a little bit off center and there's a little bit of a rough edge on the bottom. Typically you don't get dinged too bad for the rough edges on the older cards, so let's just see what happens there. A few Gretzky cards here. There's an 84-85 o-pee-chee Gretzky. It's really sharp. Hope for an 8 on that one. I think this is a 30-day turnaround on this, so maybe it's business days. So I'm gonna guess anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks I should have these back, and we'll see what how the grades worked out. Have a Topps 80-81 liter. I think that's on the sleeve, but I'm really curious to see how this grades, just because it's unscratched, and I don't know how that's gonna work with the way whatever that stuff is there. But the card looks fairly sharp, a little off center. This would be a 7 and above, probably. This is a o-pee-chee All-Star. It's a little off center, top to bottom. It looks really good. Again, not gonna expect too much, but I would hope for an 8. Expect a 7.5-ish. 76-77 Ken Dryden. This is an iconic card. It's very popular. The mask, the stance. This is probably his, next to his rookie card, his second most in-demand card. It's off center a little bit, but it's pretty sharp. I'm thinking 7 maybe. Possibly 6.5, possibly 7.5. We have a Topps Mike Bossy. The back looks really good, really centered. The front, not so centered, but I still think this could pull close to an 8, maybe a 7.5. I'd be happy with anything above a 7. I got the Stanley Cup, 1970-71. I've never seen this slab before, so I'm like, I'm going to put this in a slab. It'd be cool to have in the PC. Hope for a 7 and above on that, maybe an 8. Got a Daryl Sittler second year card. Pretty centered, pretty sharp all around. I can't see, I mean, you can always, I don't know, the way they look at them, there can always be surface issues that you miss. This could be anywhere from a 7 to an 8. Who knows? Followed by the rookie card. 70, 71, really nice condition. These are hard to find in this kind of condition overall. I mean, that's not on the card. That's just something in the sleeve, but a little off center, but I think this could pull at least a 7. I have a Gump Worsley 63, 64. I think a lot of these players have 2 cards in the set, and some of the, I think the other card is more like of a portrait type, and this is more like of the action. This is showing the pads, and I think this is the cooler card. I think this could be anywhere from a 5 to a 6. Hope for a 6, probably a 5. I'd be happy with whatever. There's no creases. It's fairly clean for the age of the card. I have a Bellevaux 66, 67. It's from the Bobby Orr rookie card set. There was a sort of a, there's a little bit of a mark in his face. I don't know how that's going to affect it, but I would be happy with even a 5, but I think this could be a 4 just because there's a little bit of a mark in there, but I still want to get this card put in a slab. Who knows, maybe we'll get lucky and get a 5 or a 6. And we have 2 more. Bobby Cox rookie card. He played 2 seasons. I'm not sure why so short. Maybe he just didn't do very well, or maybe he was injured. I have to research that, but awesome card that I found in a cheaper bin. It had some gum. So now this is the funny part. If you guys don't know this trick, grab this stuff right here. This is pantyhose. And just sort of buff the card. If you want to get that gum off or that wax, you can buff the card very gently. Make sure it's flat. Make sure there's nothing underneath, because if there's something underneath the card, it's going to make a high spot push through. Just put like your hand there with one piece, and then don't get the edges. Buff the card out very gently. You can do it harder than you would think, but just start really gently on these cards. I swear this thing had like a huge square of like the wax residue from the pack, or the gum, I'm not sure. I think it was from the pack. It's completely gone now. I've done this in the past, and a card that looked like it would grade like a 1 or a 3, it came back like a 6 or a 7. So you can YouTube search this little trick, but for vintage cards with wax and gum, that's how you get rid of it. It's tedious, but it's worth it. Now I'm really curious to see what I get. I'm hoping for a 7. It could be a 6, 7.5. I'm not 100% sure. It's fairly well centered. These older cards, who knows? Last but not least, I've been looking for this card for a while. It's a Bellevaux 55, 56, I think. I don't know why I always forget what year this is, but yeah, 55, 56. It's fairly clean. It's got a couple of, little bit of corner wear. It's, it's not perfect, but I would be really happy with that. A 6, even a 5. Who knows? It's a nice card though. I'm really happy to have this one. I got this in the Toronto Card Show. It's probably my only splurge. So yeah, there was this Father's Day special. It was like 10 cards for $192 plus tax and shipping, but I don't have to pay for shipping because I'm gonna do the local pickup and drop off. And they had owed me a credit for one previous card, so you could buy a 5 or 10 card package, so I bought a 5 and a 10 and plus 1 free card, 16 cards. Most of these are for PC. I'll sell a few of them when they come back. But looking forward to get these results, and I'll share them here. As always, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Stay tuned for more stuff. Check out my links in the description if you want. See ya.